ni iromo nungu kar megi michwalo SMS iromo chwalo WhatsApp iromo chwalo message moke ken ma itamani piertek wek kagwak po no kar mi gamo chim no message ma megi igen mo logo wan ki ema ma ake lok lobo ki benedong gen mo beti kumbedi wataka chara kan lok ki nuarimpa nagaba ma enteka ake dul makloni gold lion magen gi yu fertilizer makloni crop champion now la chicho bedo wani kwede set kan eno bedo kateto matot kitma crop champion konyo kwede lufu ikabedo pat iteng lobo man ento jomo kene nen chalo pego bedo kikara mi bedo TV gi owero watama ni wadwa chen ulok dak kilofu mokene matie igang kono onyo marketing ano TV udik matin Noarimpa, you are welcome for the show.
Thank you, sir.
Now, Gilmatia ye pingele mamegwane. So why do anyele local mono and local actually? Ator kine kambano era wajene just for the purpose. Jomogmano getikananwa udirmatin. Yes, when we start our conversation this morning, I was just trying to tell the audience out there that you'll be giving us we'll be conversing in English and you'll share with us the details. Probably I'll be able to pass it in the best way possible. Yes. Chako conversation, Mamegwa, we want to start. For those who missed last time, crop champion, what are we talking about?
So, good morning, our listeners, our viewers of Lowo TV. My name is Noarimpa Naga from Gold Lion. I'm from the Department of Sales. So last time I was here, every Wednesday I'll be here teaching farmers, anyone who is farming come this season. So with us, we have a product called Crop Champion. This is, I think you can see it, it's displayed. So Crop Champion, basically it's a foliar fertilizer. When I talk of a foliar fertilizer, it means you mix in water and then apply on the leaves. That's what we mean by a foliar fertilizer. And this Crop Champion, it's manufactured by a company called Gold Lion Agriculture Group. Basically, us at Gold Lion, we are located in Kawempe. That's where we are. That's where our factory is. And then after that, we do have an outlet in Container Village, that is Joseph Farm Supply. So if you need a fertilizer, you can find it everywhere you go. Even in your shops where you are, you can still find Crop Champion. So basically, Crop Champion, it's containing NPK, that is nitrogen, phosphorus, then potassium, and then there's also calcium, and then trace elements. The ratios that are displayed on the circuit, it's 20 plus 10% of calcium. And then with Crop Champion, basically that's the content that is contained there. And when we go to the packaging, it is packed in 300 grams. At the moment, this is the package that we have, and the 300 grams, they work on 1 acre, but for one stage. Basically, that's what Crop Champion is all about. It's a foliar fertilizer containing NPK plus calcium.
One thing is, when we look at the fertilizers coming in the market now, somebody will be asking, why should I buy the fertilizer? Why?
Yes.
Why? Because it's a planting season. Why should we buy the fertilizer?
So basically, right now, if you're to see our soil fertility in Uganda, if I'm talking about the soil fertility has been declining due to us farming without putting some nutrients back into the soil. Because remember, when you're doing your farming, the plant is absorbing the nutrients, but you're not putting back those same nutrients that the plant has absorbed. That's why we've come up with fertilizers that can help us boost our soil fertility, or let me say, boost our production. More so when you're farming. You cannot farm on poor soils and expect high yields. It can't be. You have to add something onto the plant or something onto the soil, because the soil products also, for you to get high yields. There's no way we're going to do the farming without adding onto something in terms of fertility.
No, in particular, gen kilo fertilizer mene ani catch over mabe gen magitimo pera terra ni merkenene koyo nyongo ma wano tiyu kadi mi funi keno kana bene mo chamba no miro betie ye peti ka ber mabe 12 pm ji mo mo te ma papat tie ma balo ngom kam wano tie we gen ki karo ki fertilizer any now fertilizer ni any tie grams you said 300
yeah 300
yes
grams
20 grams mia dek at tiyu ki pakera chel any metenane ni mayra maone pakera chel icharo itiu kwede stages adek ma pat en kone wajo stage mene kimene eto ka ini kwanyo pakera chel ichero tiyo kwede no ibi onyo I eka achiel mi konyo neno kit macham mi romo kati mi bino mi chiek kwede we kach obed maber. Yes, I just to take us ahead, I've been telling them about how you can take one pack to use it. Then the other thing would be like, okay, how do I apply it?
Yeah, true. About the mixture, when you get a sacket, make sure you see the manufacturer date. I think it's among the precautions that a farmer should do before you use a fertilizer. You need to see, is it expired? Is it in the right time? So always check the manufacturer date. It is always there on our sacket, and then our product, it expires after 2 years. So after doing that, then you know you have the right product to use for your farming. So when we go to the mixture, the instructions are always behind. When you look behind, there is a table. It shows the instructions. So after that, we mix 30 grams in 20 liters of water. So when I talk of the 30 grams, our farmer, how can you measure the 30 grams? With 30 grams, those are 2 tablespoons in 20 liters of water. If you have an acre, the 300 grams works on 1 acre. Meaning if you have a drum of 10 gel cans of 20 liters, you just power the whole of this, the 300 grams, in that drum of 10 gel cans, and you apply on 1 acre. Then when you go to the usage, how do you use this? You're going to start using Crop Champion at week 2, when they've just germinated, they've just come out of the soil. They have 3 to 4 leaves. That's our starting point for using Crop Champion. You apply Crop Champion, you leave 2 weeks, then you apply for the second time. Then the last stage is when they are fruiting and flowering. When you get our circuit behind, there is a table, there are instructions. There is stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. So when I talk of stage 1, I'm talking about the nursery bed or the starter. If you're dealing more with the vegetables, let me say tomatoes, onions, you have to make a nursery bed, and usually it takes 3 weeks. So our week 2 finds you in the nursery bed. Then after that, the second stage, and then the third stage. So with us, for the first stage, that is the nursery bed, and our purpose why we are applying Crop Champion on that first stage, we are targeting the root development. Remember, I told you last week, for us, when we are applying Crop Champion, we follow the 3 stages of growth. So with us, at first, let me say stage 1, we are targeting root development. A plant has to be having strong roots to take, let me say, to support. Most likely, if you're transplanting, the best target, or most of the people when they're transplanting, let me say the precaution they normally look at, the roots. Are the roots enough when I do the transplanting? Can it be able to do the faster growth when I transplant it into the normal field? So basically at this first stage, that's what we are targeting. We are targeting root development. When we go to week 2, we are targeting vegetative growth. Our plants should be having enough leaves. They should be dark green, not yellow. They should be dark green so that they can absorb the sunlight and they can manufacture the food. Then when you go to the third stage, basically the third stage, we are talking about fruiting and flowering. We don't want you to be having issues of flower abortion. Maybe your flowers have come out, but from nowhere your flowers are dropping down. No, you need to be having, the flowers should remain there. And then sometimes there's a problem where you're going to have weak stems, your plants, they keep on doing the bending, and I don't know, maybe when you're having these strong winds, the rain is going to come out, we'll be having these windy rains coming up. Your plants should be having strong stems, and that's why you need Crop Champion, because it's having calcium. With calcium, you're rest assured your stems are strong. If it comes to the fruiting, you're not going to be having an issue of your fruits cracking. Most of the times people think maybe they're over matured, that's why they're cracking. No, they're just lacking calcium. And most of the times, maybe to the people who are doing tomatoes, they normally have a challenge when the tomatoes have started putting on and they are doing, most of them they call it, I don't know, seeding. When they've started to, you're done with your mulching and then the tomato has come out, there's always a black spot down. And with that black spot, it's an indicator that your plant is lacking calcium. So with us, if we have Crop Champion, there's no issue of you having flower abortion, there's a moment whereby your plant has matured, but it's lacking, let me say, it's delaying to do the fruiting and flowering. You use Crop Champion to stimulate the fruiting and flowering to make it mature as fast as possible.
Well, ulo jima duong mi achiel tika wach kirmo miro kiti kwere ki crop champion matika wach ni ke no kare mi kelone gen gitimoni gimiu crop champion ke kwanyo ode achiel eni ibi penye ke ni ono miro ti kwere kining ento kirmi tich kwere ni ke tika wach ni ki mixing 30 grams piera dek manyuti grams piera dek ikum ki kwanyo malaga achiel i onyo noti grams piera dek. Donc imalaga achiel en nomir onye pi jer kanadi achiel ke a ki kenyo ke miro keto packet en weng mir nong liters mi ario manyote ke kwa ni liters mero no jer kanadi pm jer kan achiel ti liters pi ario manyi jer kan pi ario no ibiru sacket en weng ke rubu sacket en weng eni achiel eni eneteri e ek achiel ento benagino mir ngene i ek achiel ibikero eni stage mi achiel inge kan watiki stages ngomi yo stage mi achiel mago wachi tie the first stage mago wachi ticha biara rio 2 weeks gitiki stage mi ario matie 5 weeks gitiki stage mi adek manodong jima ine pero o chako turo magen kilwoni flowering now ngoma time gen matima yeni in the first stage gen wajane crop champion konyo neno ni luet yen matika don kono nyanya kono gena ngo luere machier doni ngommi miru donyo mabe we ko kon gen mobo karwa we ko chung matek gen wajini eni bene konyo ni kagwa nero chemu nyak mabe chino romo tingune kicheli bene romo luere ko berutie kayamo bino pe we ko chammi gommo anyogi kenu kane nono yamo ko anyogi no lenge o timo gena ngo gen wajini these are very critical moments now stage mi ario no dong cham dong king ne dong o chako komenti maleng dong gina timo e onyo crop champion inge chabera big money wek chue ki kita nen kwere poru nen mabe por katika nen mabe ayeni chung anyoge chung nyanya chung gimo e kema ine piro miro bed green pi yellow ke ne ro ti yellow ngeni perotie ke ne samples marketing mi ne ite tu ki chel ne achiel ti yellow achiel ti green now green ka dum tie yamo chieng madonye iene make chamo ne machieng biro mwonye iene konyo weko cham utu mabe ka utu mabe nyak ben mabe e nyake kilo kach mabe o weko gen gitimo kumano kidong ene ka dong stage mi adek madong nero turo dong weng kitimo ngo kimere mo cham jibro nyako inde weko chide koro kach mero gen ma entika wachne kaj mo tamni o mero wadwak bodu weko nen kwede maybe after telling them this it's a rainy season we have seen rain coming now the applicability of crop champion indoor and outdoor I think we didn't get more explanation about that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
so with indoor, even when you get a circuit, it's indicated there. Crop champion works on both indoor and outdoor. If you have a greenhouse, you can use crop champion. If you're doing your farming in the normal field, you can still use crop champion. And then about the application, since it's a rainy season, so I want to encourage our farmers, if you're using crop champion, let me say you've applied crop champion right now, and then it has rained, before the 7 hours have elapsed, I encourage you to go back and apply crop champion, because since it's a foliar fertilizer you've applied on the leaves, chances are it has been washed away by the rain. So make sure if you've applied crop champion and the 7 hours have not elapsed and it has rained, you have to go back and do the spraying.
Well, before I explain to them, would that make it expensive? Because I know I have just bought it, I have just sprayed, rain has messed me up. I have to go back and buy. I am not sure whether if I apply it will not rain again. So
then you have to be...
because one of your aims is saying you're making farming cheap.
Yes.
So how do we relate with the affordability in this case?
No, in this case you have to be knowing your, let me say, your weather forecast before you apply. And I'm sure most of the farmers, they know it, because sometimes they do they're applying herbicides. They know maybe I need to apply at this time before it rains. They know. They have their logic of them knowing the weather forecast in the area.
Tiwachi jomo for matek dingeyo no ngomati pm pulkaraka ini ifuro no kingeni genma furo eni genma komanti romo konya koman eni obo konya koman now gena pia tek ma ino merengeni Kai ikwanyo crop champion ikaro iporo, for example, ni akoro kombeti long nyo wachiar wakoro iporo weng. Kakoro chwe, macha waber for poramo. Nodong fertilizer ne pobo konyi. Miri dokchen, I will mukene kada keduge applying. PM gin matia yeni any fertilizer machero ichung outdoor, chero ichue ijang yenge kom yen. So gen wayne that is something that you need to take care of. Ento kabenetika teach kwede iramo teach kwede art iramo teach kwede por machengui tie jomo kan magetimo farming I greenhouse mano I umugiri kamoni mo art mo matiti I yubo mabe ertika petengo etika pete kodi mamegi. Now any kit magen ginero ketano ko teach mero what kwede probably at tamani that is geno pertek. Now you when you shared about this somebody is asking, I'm only seeing tomatoes and egg and green plants. What else? This is a message that has come here.
Yes.
That I'm only seeing tomatoes in the background and the eggplants. What else can I use your fertilizer for?
Yes, so for the crops, Crop Champion works on all the crops. Let it be sorghum, millet, cotton, sunflower, nuts, beans, every crop. Crop Champion works there. There's nothing like it is for some space. It's not specific. It works on all crops. And then about the precautions, maybe if I can take through the farmers on the precautions. If you're using Crop Champion and you're not going to finish a circuit, make sure you tie. There's always a zip on top. In case you've cut off the zip without knowing, you can get something like a rope and you make sure you tie Crop Champion. Because if you leave it open, it's going to absorb air and it changes the form. It's always in powder. So it changes from the powder form to the liquid form, which makes measurements hard. So to us, it's a precaution to farmers. Make sure if you're not finishing Crop Champion, you can get a polythene paper, you put Crop Champion and tie it up. Then another thing, if you're mixing, we advise as Gold Lion, don't mix Crop Champion with any other chemical. Because most of the times when you're going to do the mixing, you're going to change the quality of our fertilizer. And sometimes you're going to maybe end up burning your crops without you knowing, since you've mixed up different chemicals. So those are the two precautions I can give the farmers maybe when you're using Crop Champion.
Atame mokeno karo ket mokaro kweni ento gin mapira te kany mo en wayo ni imiero miyo tam bot jomatiu joma miero tich ke Crop Champion. Mi achiel ke yabo wi Crop Champion mapi tiyu kede weng tigi mondi kenyu chalo zip. Ke tiyu kede mirne ni ifon wiye weko dong mabe. Yamo pi donyi ye pi balo kako ke yabo mirne ni itweyo wek ke itweyo obed manotie mabe. Mi ario ke titichi ke Crop Champion ke te kirne porne pe ki yar dul yarario I por mamegi ke te ki yar moni me kwanye ki company mona pate I bien ko ndake kelo en Crop Champion be karo romo kelo pero I poro mi achiel pi ngeyo yat mena matek onyo mena magoro mena maromo balo chami ki mena maromo weko cham chek donc gen gi wayne I tamma megi perno tek ni peke rep jima ario yani ento mi dokchen kitma yarango ngarmo penyu kanyi SMS ni anero utiga nyoto nyanya ki eggplant jimo ma pat ngo mo kene ma yate ni ti fertilizer ni ti wawachi fertilizer ni romo kete nyogi romo kete moranga romo kete kabi romo kete pama romo kete bel itere yen ma ke pero gang nyigien jackfruits mero fene mochongwa nanasi kimo ken ma ini furo mai tami miro bed maleng nyomiro nyak mabe ene wachao ki kenyo wa o ie gwaka watika penyone nyoka ana penyo mika ka jomatika na One Luo TV wa penyo probably mafutpa penyo oye bana wachuni wa yabo line wao I ramo go chim I penyo I ramo chwalo SMS I penyo go chim I MTN ma nabatika ngwaj bana penyo kenyo go chim I Airtel mamegwa ma chingjuini I betki kare mi loki an I loki nuarimpa onyo I peny tam manaka wachako chon wan ki emani tamiti kwe maybe one thing that I want to know we have talked about all these good things and last time on call you had a call from Mubende Casimiro was asking where they can find you this morning when you were giving us a description you're talking of the container village where you have a store where in brief where else can we find Crop Champion locations I mean as in where do we find you guys?
Basically if you want to find us as Gold Lion you cannot fail because all the agro shops in Uganda we supply let me say, if you're going to talk about all the small towns, all the big towns in Uganda, we do supply to agro shops. Our van is already supplying every week, even right now. Last week they were in the eastern and northern, now they're in the western. They supply everywhere. And then if you're doing wholesale, you're shopping from Container Village, you can go to Joseph Farm Supply at Kingsway Plaza, shop number G1. That's our agent. You can get at a factory price. Then plus we have some regional agents that we have. If you go to, let me say, Gulu, we have Gangpu. You go to Lila, there's Ashrak. Then you go to Alua, there's Omiya Jinja. We have Buyukwe, Wobulens, we have Salongo. You can't fail to get Crop Champion. We have those big agents in towns. At least when you can go, you can buy in a big number. And then maybe if I can also take them through the advantages of Crop Champion, maybe why a farmer should buy Crop Champion come this season. One of it, it's Crop Champion, it's drought resistant and cold resistant, meaning either way, if you're farming during a dry season, you're farming during a rainy season, you can use Crop Champion. There's no condition attached to it when you're using it. And then if you want high yields come this season, you use Crop Champion. You want strong seeds, you want strong seedlings, you want strong roots, then you want more fruits, you need Crop Champion. And then the other advantage is like our packaging, it works on 1 acre. You just need this 1 sacket for 1 stage. If you have an acre, you need 3 sackets. Make sure you apply 3 times in a season. It should be a must if you want high yields.
Ke miro no Crop Champion chere dukan mo ke ken polkara kama ke cari ye fertilizers ma pat ke tigulu chere gangfu ino ke kono ento bene screen ke neno kama nying nuarimpa nagaba te ye namba ma mega tikarion malo kenyu kama nye te ye ni, so you can always extract that number. I go direct to the sales department where ke bet ke kero mimi gene Crop Champion mano akibot dulme Gold Lion line tie ayaba wa wajini iramodong chako minimum message go chim mi otami penyu en gimoke ken me mirongene e one low TV udik matin number ti 0753 180-767 mano Airtel kidong MTN benatika running screen kenyo betki kare gono wachim wek wachako bokolok ketikila penmo we are one ngomati. One Low TV, hello?
Yes, hello.
Yes.
Yes, good morning, Pat.
Morning, how are you?
Fine, great for me that visitors of ours.
Greetings. Yes.
This is Casemiro.
From Kasese?
From Mubende.
Mubende, yes.
Yes, but I'm very happy today. I've understood very, very, very well. Last week I opened the TV late, then I didn't get it well. No, but today I'm very, very okay. I'm very, very comfortable with it. In fact, last week I also bought my 2 sackets. Now I'm having my 2 sackets here.
That is good.
I'm doing my plantation. Then after 2 weeks, I start to now applying that fertilizer.
Thank you.
But my request is. Let her also bring other services, not only fertilizer, like seeds if it's there, and then other things. So that we also benefit from Gold Lion agriculture.
Thank you.
We are always happy with you people, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Keep on asking for us. Then let them be coming every time so that we be having the knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Chawati Maraj. Pangeyo kinmotia kwede waramagamo chima extra just 1 minute before we wrap up. Time is kind of not on our side, so kagimotie mapira tek wanen ngomatie kuna wote kwa chim. I'll look at the SMS here. Well, chimono donyo en. Yes, Daka Chel, tell me what you looking at kikwe. Hello, One Low TV. Yes, take a look. Enter is not paying attention. My name is Diaz in Kampala. I'm here for my tutorial. Ilokum bolokwi mi hoima atamni alala mirobetie. Thank you so much, our guest in the studio. It started with a conversation around hoima and saying thank you to you. Robert Wunkudu Emma Afoyo Wumatek Manda Afoyo Kelewawelo. This is also thanking you and me, Emma, for bringing in a guest. So that is the conversation, Mathieu Kenyo. Now, Atamani questions Oberupe. I think everyone is just thanking Nuarimpa for coming in the studios and thanking us. They have said you should bring more services. We need more bean seedlings. Come here.
Yes, we have other products, but they're under testing.
Yeah, so watching the products may get here under testing. So Casimiro, for you who is a farmer in Amolata, I know when you leave Mubende, you'll always cross the borders to go back home. I am also starting to do farming. We'll be together. Oye, we are get a kind. I'm here for your Ivan. I'm here for your Emma, Okia, and all the crew on camera. Until tomorrow, have a good morning.
Yup mai beru kaneno ne lekelia ye
Sam's Crisip oberongira mwera madano weng mara Uganda. Jami pa Sam's timapo likine obero Crisps melayata, Crisps megonja, cookies, odi, berenge kemukene mapola ta. Nong jami pa Sam's Snacks e supermarket duju matilo baman. Sam's Snacks, no apora mamite.